This episode was brought to you in part by LOOTCRATE and Loot Gaming. You can go to lootcrate.com/MrAeroHD right now and use the code AERO, that's AERO, at checkout and save 10% off your entire subscription. Link in the description below. What is going on, guys? It is MrAeroHD. Oh boy, where are we going? What's going on, guys? It is MrAeroHD here. We are back again with another episode of Drift That Spot. And before we get into anything today, I just want to discuss. First of all, this livery that we're seeing right here is made by P Smithy 85. That's PSMITHY85 on the storefront. Please go check it out. He's got two different colors. Not sponsored. Why would I be sponsored? But he didn't ask me to do it. I just downloaded it and figured I'd give him a shout out for making a sweet livery. Anyway, if you want to submit clips to this or submit sections to this series, please go ahead. You know, I can only come up with so much off the top of my head. You'll obviously get credit for it. I'll link your Twitter or whatever you want in the description. The best way to submit it to me is via Discord. If you go to the description and see in the description, there's a link to my Discord. Go ahead and join it. Once you're approved, then you can post in the Drift That Spot channel, and then you basically just post a video or a I'll show you in a second, or like just a photo of the map. If you can just bring it into Paint, just go into the map, make sure you take all the logos and like all the stuff off, and then just like draw it out in MS Paint if you have to. I prefer a video, but you know, whatever you have to do, as long as I figure out how to run your section properly. You know, I may tweak it if I think it needs improvement, but, you know, whatever. If anyone has any other questions about submitting, please leave them in the comments below. I will be sure to answer them. If you have already submitted your section via Twitter or whatever, you may have to submit it again. I know there's two guys that are in my Twitter that I favorited, so I'm going to keep those. But if I forget, just, you know, throw it on the Discord. If you don't have Discord, you literally don't even need to download anything to do it. So if you want to just post your section and then never participate in the Discord again, totally cool. Just probably the best way to have everything organized. So all I have to do is like scroll back and go, this one, get this guy, and then this guy's next week, and this guy's next week, just to keep everything nice and neat. Anyway, 2.5 minutes of filler. We are in our V8 S14 today. We are back at the airport. This is basically a take on one of the sections I already had, but it's kind of got a little bit of a difference to it. I just want to thank that Red C30 for posting this section. You can follow him in the links below. So obviously you're entering the same way as you normally would if you're coming from that section. Again, this is the airport section where you can come from that way or that way. This section is best if you come from that way. So you have this big U-turn here. Same old, same old. You're going through the hangar and you come around, and then here's where things get different. Instead of going right like I had, you're going to go left. So the section does take some preparation. Usually there's some like some pallets here, some wooden pallets. Just knock them down into this little crack here, the little crevice off the corner, and then you're gonna get as close as you can inside here. I like to run it out wide too. I've done a little bit of practice with it, so you can kind of cut it in or run it wide, whatever you want. Come down here. This is going to be a bit of a jump too, so be ready. If you're running rally suspension, you should be okay because it's just going to land nice and soft. And then you're going to come around wide, sneak in, and then it's the same as my other section. Run the wall, and then you're going to come all the way out and then kind of wiggle it around, and then all the way back out. So we're starting from way back. But this section's a lot of fun just because it's kind of Forza Horizon-y, you know what I mean? It's on the airport, so if you're especially if you're doing this online, there will be no driver tars to fuck about with. And because there's a jump, you know, you wouldn't get something like that in Forza Motorsport. And a lot of people are going to complain that, oh, it's not very realistic, blah, blah, blah. I'm 4 years old and I cry at the sight of anything. And I mean, that's fine if it's your opinion, but oh boy. See what I mean? The jump kind of kicked my front end up there, and I wasn't really ready for it. It's just an added challenge. I wouldn't tune cars here, basically because that jump is really going to throw you off. But it's definitely something different and kind of Ebby-Zooey. But again, like I said, this isn't really to show like, oh, I am the best drifter IRL. Like, it's just kind of a fun section because it got a little jump in it. It's got a nice elevation change, because most of the sections that you can find that are low traffic areas, which is here at the airport and at the not the runway, at the parking lot, you know, they're flat, which is okay, but it's kind of boring just to run flat all the time. I'll throw on the telemetry here just for those who need help. I'm running a lot of horsepower in this build too. It's like 688 or something. See, that time I ran the inner loop, but you kind of just have to like let the car settle after you come back down from that jump. If you're in tandem, if you can get the car to settle really quick, that could be an opportunity to catch up really fast. That wasn't my best run. I'll try one more here. But yeah, this is I actually almost prefer this to the one I was doing. It's a little bit longer, and when I'm running it by myself, there is that added difficulty of the jump. It's really annoying sometimes, but like it's driving me to like keep practicing and get better, which if I get a section right the first time, then it's not hard enough for me personally. So I entered a little bit too hard there. This part's very difficult and very technical. See there, I kind of just like waited until the car was settled to get back on the gas. And then your transition from when you're going to that red wall is definitely a potential place where you could spin. There's a lot of places that you might just like overflick the car and spin out. You just have to be very careful in a couple of practice runs, and then you should be able to get this down pat. No problemo. Like I said, you come in here. I'm going to drop a tire here. Oh, no, we didn't. I think we might have, actually. Gearing is a little bit too... I don't like the gearing. Oh, no! I was on the clutch. That's a lie. Okay, so that last run was really bad. So I'm trying to close it out with one run that I'm kind of happy with. But like I said, it's not easy. A lot of sections that I'm being sent are just like absurdly difficult. This one's just kind of technical. You gotta throw it in a bit earlier than my section because you have to transition. You can run the wall there if you want to. Again, I kind of like the outer line. Oh, that wasn't... I didn't think I would be able to get away with that. That was a drift tap and everything. But the hardest part is definitely that last... is the jump, which is doi. But the last transition with that red wall, you don't really have a lot of time to do it. So it's kind of just getting your timing down. We'll try to go in one more. This is a really fun section. I didn't really drive it until I started recording. To be brutally honest, I watched the video a couple times just to make sure that I got everything right. So you just got to enter really early. That is the key. And I kind of just waited like a mongoloid there. That time I kind of got on power as I was coming down from a jump, which didn't necessarily hurt. That wiggle wasn't great, but that's probably the best one of the best runs yet. So we'll take that. So thank you guys very much for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you have any suggestions for sections, please go ahead and leave them on Discord. I was accepting them on Twitter, but they end up just falling behind. So when I go and end up recording one of these on a Wednesday night or something, they're way too far back in my mentions. So just leave them in the Discord. That way, that's all I'll be able to see. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you to That Red C30 for the submission. Thank you to P Smithy 85 for painting this sick S15. It's kind of makes me like the boss kit a little bit more. Or S15, S14, derb, before someone chirps me in the comments. But thank you guys very much. Take care. Peace. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like, and if you want to see more, click the subscribe button. Also consider becoming a patron at my Patreon page, patreon.com/MrAeroHD. Want to follow me on social media or want to hear the song that you heard in the video? Please check the description.